You know the girl them not cook for true.
Hey guys, I'm back in the kitchen again, so let's cook together. So on today's menu, I'll have curry goat, white rice, jerk chicken wings, and mango habanero wings. So as you can see, I'm here preparing my goat. Let me know if I am the only one that washes my meat until the water is no longer red. I am here removing the excess fat from the meat. After I finished cleaning the meat, I went ahead and add some vinegar. After adding the vinegar, I continued to wash my meat to ensure it was no longer raw. And then I went ahead and add my seasoning. For some reason, I lost the clip from adding the seasoning, so I was just showing you guys all the seasoning that I actually used while I was seasoning the meat. After I finished rubbing the seasoning onto the meat, this is me showing you guys up close what it looked like, and then I was adding my curry. One better pack curry. If you are cooking now, use better pack curry. What are you doing, LR? So this was me showing you guys what the meat actually looked like after I was done, and then I started to clean my sink to wash everything up to ensure that the sink is clean and I'm not doing cross contamination. And then I am going to go ahead and start cleaning and cutting up my wings. Since the goat will be taking a little bit longer to cook, I decided I'll start the goat while I prep my chicken. So this was me putting in the goat into the oil. I like when each of my individual meats are fried properly. So this was me just stir frying each of the meat. Once I put them into the pot, I'll stir fry it to ensure that you get that nice pretty color that I am looking for before adding any cover or any water to the pot. So this is the color I wanted the meat to have, so I had my cover to the pot, and after that I stir fry it a little again before adding some water into the pot. I let it simmer on top of the stove for a few more minutes before transfer it into my pressure pot. While the curry goat is on the stove top cooking, I decided to prep my wings. So here I'm pouring my wings into a bowl and giving it a rinse. After I gave it that rinse, I decided to cut the excess fat from the wings. After I finished cutting the excess fat from the wings, I decided to give it a wash again. After I gave it the wash, I poured some vinegar onto the meat before rinsing, and then I separated them into two separate bowls since I'll be making two separate wings. I decided to season my jerk wing first, and I've used the same season I used from the beginning. However, I used AG Brand Jamaican jerk seasoning and also his jerk sauce, so you guys can go ahead and check him out. So I was just ensuring that the season was rubbed onto the meat properly and it's properly seasoned, and I just show you what it looks like. I then went ahead and washed my hands before seasoning my mango habanero wings. I added some garlic powder, chicken seasoning, and Maggi all-purpose seasoning. After I was done doing that, I sprayed some bleach into my sink, and I went ahead and I washed my sink since I was done cleaning all my meats. By this time, it was time for me to transfer my goat from the stovetop to my Instapot. So this was me just stirring my pot a little and then pouring it into the Instapot. After I poured it into the Instapot, I ensured enough water was in it, so I poured a little water in it before starting my pressure pot. I put my pressure pot on 10 minutes before starting it. I didn't have any foil pan and I was too lazy to go to the store, so I used my bake sheet and I added some parchment paper inside of it, and then I added my wings. This was me adding my jerk wings, then I went ahead and I added my mango habanero wings. After I added the wings, I preheated my oven, and this was just me waiting for my oven to be preheated. By this time, 10 minutes was already gone, and it was time for me to transfer my goat from the Instapot back to the stovetop. After I added the goat back to the stovetop, I waited a few minutes before I poured my seasoning into the pot. I waited until it started to boil, and I poured my seasoning into it. I added some pepper flakes, and then I tasted it to see if it was how I wanted it. After that, I added my chicken wings to the oven for it to cook. While the wings were in the oven cooking, I decided to make some vegetables. I added some vinegar and I added some sugar to my cabbage and my carrots, and I mixed it. After that, I removed the wings from the oven and I turned them on the other side and then popped them right back into the oven. By this time, I was so tired, so I decided to make some plain rice. I poured some rice into the pot and I washed my rice, and then I added some water and some salt. I added some butter, and then I went ahead and I added some more salt since it was a bit fresh. So you guys gonna be seeing me adding salt again. No, it's not salt. So just so you know. I made some sauce for my wings, and I removed the wings from the oven. I decided to coat the wings into the sauce that I made, then I popped it back into the oven. This was me stirring my rice after it was almost done cooking, and I was just showing you guys what it looks like. After that, I poured my mango habanero wings into the bowl, and I was looking for the sauce. You'll see me taking one of the wings because I was so hungry, but then I poured the sauce onto it and I mixed it all over to ensure that the chicken was fully coated into the sauce. After the sauce was fully coated over the chicken, this was me showing you guys what the chicken actually looks like after it was done. I decided that instead of the raw veg, I wanted some potato salad instead, so this was me making my potato salad. For some reason, I don't know, I'm like a pregnant lady. I change as I go. So this was me showing you what the jerk wings look like after it was sauced. This was my vegetable, this was my wing, that was my mashed potato, that was my rice, and then that's my goat. Let me know how you think I did. This was me plating my food so I can show you guys what it looked like. You guys can leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, or if there's anything else that you want to see me cook next time, or anything else that you think I should do different next time. You have a great one, and thank you all so much for watching. Me busting up on a secret, I'm not telling nobody. The first time I make jerk wings. Alright, bye.